We took a low-key kind of morning as well, so got to get back into the swing of things with having the days off. There are some things I need to change on this shadow box. Good morning and welcome to another studio vlog with me, Carolyn from Craft Even with Glorious Purpose, where here we make unique and custom gifts for you or for that special someone. This week we will be working on a short week. It's actually Tuesday. I keep telling myself that because it still feels like a Monday, even though it's not. Yesterday was Memorial Day, and I hope you got to celebrate it with some family. We made a low-key kind of day. We had some steaks on the grill and just kind of chilled at home, so it was nice. Still trying to put a dent in the garden to get that up and running by the weekend, so we can start getting our plants in. And yeah, I mean, other than that, not really much I worked on over the 3-day weekend other than us playing in dirt for 3 days straight. Let's see, this week I think we've got a few things that we are going to work on. So I have some video I will put in after this of me working on these small sized mystery bags. I ended up using those polka dot bags that I bought at Dollar Tree, and made them into little envelopes. So I cut the bag bottom part off, or ripped it open basically, and then spread it out, and then folded it into itself, and then made a nice sticker, which is a shortened version of the bigger mystery bags. So I have these all ready to go for my sale on Thursday, and I have the listing up. I just have it as coming soon, so you can't order it, but you can view it. I will have 6 of the large, 6 of the medium, and then the little small bags I will have 8. So I'm going to make that active on Thursday, which is my birthday, and yeah, we'll see how they go. Like I said, I'm gonna leave them up for over the weekend. If they sell up before then they'll be gone, and then whatever doesn't sell, I'll just take them to markets as mystery bags. You know, I'm sure people like buying something quick and easy that they know they can grab at a tent that's a smaller value. So with that said, I need to log into work today. We took a low-key kind of morning as well, so got to get back into the swing of things with having the days off, and getting back into the swing here, because I'm a little dragging today. And yeah, so we have those completed, and then we have our collection that I want to work on. So that will probably be my lunch break, is finishing up what needs to be done for that, so I can release that hopefully the following week. Because technically after Memorial Day is when the official start of summer is. But it'll have to wait until the week of June. So I'm hoping, you know, around June 1st or so, or at least that week, have it ready to go. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. Get logged into work, and then see how the lunch break goes. This, I don't think we're going to have a lot this week, because not a lot's going on, but you know, things always turn up and things always happen. So we'll give it a go and see how it goes. So catch you at lunch. Good morning and welcome to Wednesday. So if you hear that noise in the background, that's the Cricut going. I'm working on the shadow box for the next collection. Doing my test one to see how it's going to look, and then it'll go in my little tester box up here, and then I can kind of check it out from time to time during the day and see if there's any edits that I want to make to it. It's a very gloomy day, got the overheads on, and it's just about that time to log into work. So I'm on my last cut. Once that's done, then I'm going to get into work, and then I will catch you at lunchtime and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so it is lunchtime. I just ran out and grabbed myself some lunch. So there are some things I need to change on this shadow box. So, as you would seen, that is kind of what it's going to look like. I think this first layer, which I showed you the problem here, this needs to be attached to something. So I need some more flowers or something to hold that in place. Otherwise, not too bad. Let me see if I can, since it is a cloudy, dreary day, that would be what it would look like. So there will be a acetate layer in between that I'm going to put the fireflies on. I'm toying with maybe doing glow-in-the-dark vinyl for the fireflies, which I thought might be kind of cool. Doing the fireflies in white, and then where they're parts that glow, I don't even know what to call it, would be the glow in the dark. So I think that might actually look really cool. If it doesn't, then the glow in the dark can come off and it would be just the white. I did this with the snowflakes for the winter shadow box, which turned out really, really cool. So they look like they're floating inside. So this way it can have my ones in the jar and the ones kind of floating about. So I need to go back to the drawing board for this main layer and do some edits and make this attached. I mean, it's something as simple as extending this flower over and maybe a few blades of grass just to tack it in here, and same way on this side. So if I can do that, I think we are in good shape with that shadow box. I think it'll look really cool. The light that I'm using, I think the battery is about to die. So I'm gonna, let me put my light back on. I think what I'm gonna do is put it in with an actual light to see what it will look like, but I'm pretty happy with it. I do also think that there needs to be something else on the top here, because I think these straight lines just kind of bug me. So I'm going to look at maybe adding something there to kind of soften that edge a little, or maybe taking the border way up so that you don't see the edges at all, and keeping that more open so that you can get more light through it. So that's what I'm going to do, but not too bad. That will only affect 2 of the layers, and then I'm all set. So I can get that finalized and ready, get some product photos and get that put up. I tried doing one of my window clings and it did not go well. It looks like the Cricut decided that some of these parts are a little too tiny, and it's funny because I was like, well, I could reverse weed it, but then I'm like, I don't want to offer something that I'm going to hate weeding later. So I'm just going to scrap this one, and I'm going to try a bigger, different design. But that's kind of where I left it with my two little fireflies. This one here, the wing broke. But yeah, so don't think that those are going to work for the window thing. I did work on the sticker, and as I'm sitting looking at it, so this was my original design. So let me show you that. This was my original design over here. So I had the jar with the little guys floating around, and this is what I ended up coming up with for my, let me hide this layer. This was my drawing that I did in fresco, and it's kind of where I took inspiration for the, you know, the box itself. Sorry about that. Got a phone call. So I don't even remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, this was my drawing that I had done for this, and my hopes is to go in and kind of make it into a die cut sticker. So I've been working on some different shapes to see, like, do I do it as a full bleed sticker where the background, like, there's no white border? Do I do it as a circle? Then I was like, well, if I do it as a circle, I'd like to incorporate some of these little guys that are floating out, so it kind of gives it like a more of an organic shape. So that's what I was looking at doing, and I'm gonna work on that a little more. And then my revised window cling, I'm thinking, is just an enlarged firefly, and doing you know, the glow behind him and doing it in yellow, because I do have some window clings that I made with multiple colors. So like I did some teacher ones with like red apples and things like that. I don't go too heavy on those because they are sun catchers and, you know, sun. So I try to keep them black and white. So I think what I'll do is I can do that one in black and then do the yellow behind as a glow, and making an actual firefly for that one. I'm thinking, and I'm leaning towards, and I don't know if it'll change, but I think I'm pretty safe to say this one's going to be called Sparkle with Purpose. It is very hard to find things with the word sparkle and shine that is not trademarked. So Sparkle with Purpose it is. I had Sparkle and Shine, I had Shine and Sparkle, Get Your Glow On, all those are taken. So I'm going to go with a pun off of my business, which I think will work. So that I'm going to work on and update that, but I'm pretty confident that's a good direction. I think the sticker's going in the right direction, and I also like the way the shadow box is going. So that leaves me with printing out the pattern, which I do have that done, and can't show you that one. That one's on the computer. But I have the pattern done, so that will take care of the dog bandana and the wristlet. And I'm thinking with the dog bandana, I might not even put words on it. I think I might just do the illustration that I did and just do that as an all over bandana print to go kind of with the wristlet as a matching set. So that takes me with all of them other than the towel. And I'm going to think about that one for a little bit longer. If I'm going to even do the towel, I'm not sure yet. So I might come back to that, but we'll see. This might be a smaller collection just because, you know, I got some markets coming up and I want to concentrate on a smaller collection and not get too busy. Speaking of markets, I applied for the Yinzer Valley Farm Market, which is out east of the city, like southeast of the city, kind of back where I grew up. So it's about an hour and some change drive to get there. It might even be, you know, some back roads to get there, but it's actually really cool outdoor market. This one is about, I think this one's $60 for the vendor payment. And it is a rain or shine event, which is great. This one will be in September. So hopefully we're still having nice weather in September. If not, we will be prepared either way. So I just got the approval email saying that I was approved as a vendor. So I'm going to do all the necessary paperwork, insurance, and fees and all that stuff, and get that taken care of to make sure that I get my spot saved. They do have some different ones throughout the months. My niece actually is going to be performing at a couple of them, but not that weekend. So it would have been kind of cool if our paths crossed, but it's all good. It's all good. So we will get back to doing some of this little stuff. And I think I'm going to eat my lunch. Tomorrow is go live day for the mystery bundles, which are back here. And I'm excited to launch those. I sent out a teaser yesterday that they will be launching. And so I'm going to get those up and running on the website. Like I said, they are sitting on there as coming soon. So I just have to toggle them as to an active product, and we'll be well on our way to hopefully make some cash on some of the cool merchandise that is left over. You know, not necessarily anything wrong with them, but just making sure that you know, we can kind of clean out the room a little bit and bring in some new stuff and some new products for the year. I'm also really excited too. I have my flowers that I picked up from Michael's for my Firefly collection. So when I take photos of them, they're going to be these beautiful. I couldn't walk past these without getting them. They're just absolutely, I love the colors, and it kind of matches the background of my Firefly photo. So I'm excited about that, to do some photos. So I want to get these set up and done so I can actually start photographing that collection, and I think those will look really cool. Right now on my webpage I have tulips and things to go with the bee collection, so this will be really neat to have some blues in there and kind of bring it in. So with that, I'm going to scarf down my lunch before I gotta log back into work here in the next 5 minutes, and I think probably my evening and maybe sometime into tomorrow, I'm going to work on, actually tonight's a karate night. As a side note, my son has moved into the adult class, which is awesome because the hours are later. So there's not the hurry up and run and get him over there. So this way we have some time, we can eat dinner and then take him there. So then when I get back, I'm not scarfing down dinner because I'm starving after leaving work, and then, you know, all that good stuff. So I will be able to draw in the car. So I might actually work on the decal and work on redrawing that little window cling while waiting there. So maybe I can break in there and kind of show you where I'm at, but we'll catch you then. Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome to another busy day. Well, as you just saw, I made some tweaks to the shadow box and the Cricut's going. Cutting that so that we can test out the front to see if the edits that I made are enough to hold up the actual jar. So I don't want to make any edits to the other layers until I see if that first one covers some of the things that were bugging me. But cutting one layer versus cutting them all is a little different. So I'm going to wait and see what it looks like before I do that. I think this one's going to be cutting, and I'm going to have to log on to work here. I did wake up this morning and make my mystery bags active, so those are ready to go. And I've had a few people on the site that are new to me. I can't see, if you've already visited my site, I can't see if you're there again. Mine isn't like the Shopify where you can see people that are active on the website, but I can see new viewers if somebody new has been on there. So I've had 5 or 6 new hits since I posted it, and I also had 5 or 6 people actually view the product. So I'm hopeful. I cross-posted it from my Instagram to my Facebook, and like I said, Facebook, I have more followers than I do on Instagram. So let's see how the sale goes. We'll see. So I'll check in with you later. This was a birthday sale, so today is my actual birthday, and I will be having lunch with my boys today. They're bringing me lunch. So yeah, so I probably won't see you until tomorrow, but if I get a chance to check in, I will do that. Okay, so lunch started, my break. My boys are bringing me lunch. So my son is done a half day from school today, and then he's done for the school year, which the school year flew by. And my husband is taking time out of work to pick us up lunch and meet us here. So I am waiting for them, and I got the new layer cut for the shadow box. So what I had originally was this, which this part made me concerned, and it needed to be tagged somehow here to hold it in place so that over time that it wouldn't bend or curl. So this is what I got now, and the layers are a little tight because I don't have them completely made, but I did get another leaf and flower attaching it there, so I'm more confident that that will hold. Just to kind of give you an idea of what this would look like, I'm going to take this backing off so that you can kind of see the light come through a little from the window, but hopefully that makes it a little easier to see. But yeah, the front layer worked out great. So what I think I might do is this middle layer here, I might trim this box. Only because I don't like the way that harsh line is right there when you're first looking in, and I want you to be able to see the little fireflies whenever I put the acetate layer in. So I'm going to work on that layer probably tonight and call this one done. So I think this will turn out really, really cool. And I'm excited to see it. So like I said, I'm going to test it with glow in the dark because I have it, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's just peel them off and make them plain. So I think I still have a couple sheets of the acetate left, so I'm going to have to look, but overall I think that the shadow box is about 98% there. And I did make a new pattern for my fabric last night. I love the one that I made with the little what do you call it, the lights and the, why is this not opening? Okay, where was I going with this? Oh, I made one that had the jars with the fireflies, and I like it, but it might be a little too detailed and small when it's sublimated. So I went with a bigger, chunkier pattern. So this will be the pattern that goes on the dog bandanas and the wristlets. So I could make that smaller and not lose any of the detail, whereas my other pattern, I ended up doing this, but inverting it to a white on black or like a dark blue, and I think that some of that might get lost. So I'm going to hold on to that illustration because I do like it. I might do a test and see how it looks, but I think I'm going to go with the newer, brighter pattern with the colors, and I think that that also will lend into me being able to use that drawing singled out as a window cling with my saying on it. So that is my next thing, and I think I have my sticker for forgot about the sticker. That is also completed. And that one will look like this. And I think I like the shape. I'm still kind of thinking about it, but I don't know if I'm going to have it extend out with the color or if I'm going to actually do the white border on it. And I think it might need the white just to kind of break it up a little bit. So I have that ready to make a sheet of stickers for that. And that pretty much sums up the collection. So I am going to spend my time, hopefully tomorrow and this weekend, finalizing some actual mock-ups that I can print. Happy Friday, everybody. And let's see, we got really not much to finish up today. I do want to still work on my collection. I think that's going to be a work in progress. I'm going to try, was a little late getting logged on today, so I, yeah, don't feel like working today. With that said, we got, shadow boxes well underway. I just need to fix that one slide layer, whatever you want to call it. I did get my pattern printed, so I'm ready to press. I'm going to do the wristlet first because I think that'll be the easiest. So that's our pattern. So I have that ready. Hoping I can work on some of this weekend. Like I said, I don't know that I'm going to be doing much today other than trying to get through work. I didn't have a good night's sleep last night, so I just felt like all I did was toss and turn. But I don't know, still got to go to work. And yeah, my mystery bag style is still underway. Didn't get any sales the first day, so leave it up for the weekend. Like I said, and if I don't get any bites, then I'll just take them to events with me and let them go that way. So save me on some shipping. So I am going to leave you here. And then if I break into anything over the weekend and I get a chance to film it, I will do so. It would probably be me working on the window cling, I think, is the only thing that truly is outstanding. I mean, the stickers, everybody's seen how to make stickers, so I'm not going to be showing anything new there. But at the moment, I can't remember where my window cling material is, so I got to look that and find it first, and then I can cut out the new one and try it out. So I am not prepared to do anything today. So with that said, I'm going to let you go. I want to thank you guys for watching this vlog, and if you could leave me a thumbs up or subscribe if you don't, I would greatly appreciate it. That way I can get out to the people that want to see this information, and how to run a small business when you're doing 1,000,001 other things. So I will see you guys next week. I hope you have a glorious weekend, and see you then.